wants you. We can bring it on the floor. Never danced like this before. We don't talk about it.
Hey guys, what's cracking? It's Kraken Nation, coach of the Boston Bisharps today. We are back with another CSL team builder. We are taking on Easy Bake Oven, coach of the Texas Tauros, in our Week 4 battle. I'm very nervous, so a lot of work went into this team. I'm not super happy with it, but I really had to evaluate a lot of the options that I had on my team, and unfortunately, he's got a lot of big threats. Team matchup is not in my favor, and thus I think this might be the hardest battle of the CSL we've had this season so far. Alpha Horrors was definitely scary, but we managed to pull away with a good win there. Also, I think BC Lion King had some good matchup against us, but we managed to outplay him. However, this is a battle where Easy Bake is definitely a force of a player. He's a good player, and he has a very good matchup against us on the other hand. So, odds are stacked against us. We are currently 3-0, so we want to keep that going as long as possible. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into the team. First up, we're bringing Scarf, Adam, and Tyrantrum again. I feel kind of sketchy about bringing the same set twice in a row, almost the exact same set, but honestly, it is what it is because this set really just puts in work against the team. At this speed tier is able to outspeed the entire team. An adamant head smash, things aren't switching into that. It does it's a 2-hit KO on Umbreon, which is enough said. This thing is just honestly power. Stealth Rock is hopefully to throw him off because I am running dual Scarfers on this team, and dual Scarfers tends to catch people off guard really effectively. Beyond the fact that not only am I running dual Scarfers, but this Scarfer is bluffing not being a Scarf at all, so I feel like I can really catch him off guard there. That's probably the biggest heat kind of set I have on this team is running dual Scarfers and one of them having Stealth Rocks. Head Smash is honestly just to play 90% of the time, and so we're going to be able to take a lot of... This thing's hopefully going to just dish some damage. It's also a pretty good switch into Darmanitan and Thunderous, albeit not the greatest because both those do run fighting/ground coverage, so we're going to have to... find a way to switch these in more reliably in general. So next up we got Mega Aggron. Mega Aggron has been a really great addition to the team thus far, and so I'm really excited to see what it can do from here. So I actually am going to run some Speed Creep just because why not. But we are running a specific EV spread this time around. Fire Punch, Earthquake, Heavy Slam, Toxic. Toxic is basically just to kind of overwhelm Umbreon, hopefully. Because I was considering running Metal Burst, however, Metal Burst honestly just didn't hit anything that hard. I think I kind of want to run a calc with Aggron and Fire Punch. Just to how much are we running? 128 plus. So we're running 128, and I want to calc this for Scizor. So Fire Punch does a fuck ton to Scizor, but it doesn't necessarily OHKO regular Scizor, who definitely can really bop us with the superpower. Well, Metal Burst won't be killing back, so that's definitely something I'm going to have to think about if I want to run Toxic or Metal Burst there. Regardless, Aggron is running a pretty great coverage moveset that really can just hit this entire team. And also, it can really just take hits super well, even on the special side. Latios can't really do jack shit to us. Beyond that, if we just look at some of the Pokemon on this team, Umbreon, Darmanitan. I can't really hit Tangrowth super well. Fire Punch doesn't do much damage to that. Neither can I hit Seismitoad, but I can definitely take hits from a lot of these things. Namely, the EVs, as I was mentioning earlier. The EVs are... He's EV to take a Flame... So after Stealth Rock's damage, he can take a Flare Blitz from a Jolly Banded Darmanitan, and that's pretty cool because we can click Earthquake and knock it out from there. Darmanitan definitely being a big threat. Next up, we got... the return of Curselax. Curselax has yet to come to a Season 4 battle, but a Season 5 battle, but I'm really excited to be bringing it this time around. Last Resort, Rest, Curse, Sleep Talk. Finally, I realized that Last Resort is actually a clutch move that can be run on a Snorlax set. It's not super great 100% of the time. However, I am really excited to see what it can do. It really does just put a lot of pressure. Chople Berry allows us to take a hit, and Thick Fat allows us to take Flare Blitzes from Darmanitan. Pretty easily, honestly. If Darmanitan isn't running fighting coverage, which I highly doubt, but if he decides to think, oh, maybe Flare Blitz is the way to go, Flare Blitz actually won't do much to a Snorlax from Darmanitan, which is pretty nice. If we go Wall Breaker, Snorlax. We don't have our EVs in yet, but if we go 252, and we go Thick Fat, you can see that very quickly after like a +1 boost in our defenses, he is not even achieving he's not even achieving a 2-hit KO anymore, which is pretty great. So that's the set. Last Resort is cool because it does have crazy base power, and we basically Curse Flax will almost always use its other moves. So Last Resort is pretty easy to do. You really want to set up Curse Flax before you use Last Resort too much. I also don't think there's any Pokemon that get Trick. I guess Latios can get Trick, and that's about it. So I think that's all I have to be wary of. Next up, we got Victini with Choice Scarf, Grass Knot, Blue Flare, Psychic Trick. Trick is basically just to halt Umbreon in its tracks. Umbreon definitely can potentially be a problem. Victini also forms the other part of the Dual Scarf core. Grass Knot, Blue Flare, and Psychic achieve really great coverage against this entire team. I can't hit things like Latios very easily. However, I do have a couple switch-ins into Latios, I feel like, with these two, namely Snorlax. Latios is honestly set up fodder for Snorlax in a good situation if I play my cards right. We're also running min attack IVs just to reduce how much damage Foul Play is going to do from Umbreon. Just because that is good. Grass Knot is obviously for Seismitoad, basically only hitting Seismitoad, but this team kind of struggles with Seismitoad otherwise, so just really wanted to have that in there. Next up, we got War Turtle. I'm just changing it to a different Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtle name every single week. But we are running a Violite with max defense, Rapid Spin, Haze, Toxic Scald. So this is basically another potential stop. He's got a lot of big physical attackers that are definitely very scary. So things like Primeape, Mile, Darmanitan, and Scissor. There are a couple special attackers here. Even Tango's physical more often than not. There's definitely some special attackers as well, but I'm just really seeing the promise of his physical attackers. So with that, I really wanted to make sure I had proper physical defense, and Snorlax can basically take on all the special attackers from there. Regardless, Rapid Spin, Haze, Toxic Scald. Haze allows us to just clear away any stat boost if Scissor, for example, sets up too much, or if something like Umbreon would set up too much. Rapid Spin is cool because it lets us clear hazards, and I'm not really relying too much on hazards in this particular battle, but as you can see, my only hazard setter is like super unreliable as a hazard setter. The thing is being that he has 4 Defogger, so I didn't really need it. Toxic is nice against things like Umbreon and just forcing. It's basically a really spammable move, and Scald is nice because it does a good amount of damage. I was thinking running Hydro Pump to get a KO on Darmanitan after rocks, but Scald also can help us burn Scissor, and so it depends if I'm expecting Umbreon to come / bring Heal Bell. If Scald or Hydro Pump will be a better move. I also just didn't want to risk Hydro Pump missing because War Turtle can switch into a Flare Blitz and take a Wild Charge, but I didn't want, if a Hydro Pump missed, I'd be like really out of luck. So finally, we're coming in with Tauros' first appearance in Season 5. This is a mixed Tauros with Fire Blast, Rock Climb, Rock Slide, and Earthquake. It does a lot of damage to everything. Rock Climb is just super powerful against a lot of things. But Fire Blast is able to hit things like Scissor, namely. So Scissor thinks it can set up on us probably most of the time, but Fire Blast will be doing I think this is a guaranteed OHKO with, that's why I had 28 special attack investment. Special attack EVs. Fire Blast becomes an OHKO. Rock Climb, rest invested in speed to speed tie with Latios, and Rock Climb, Earthquake, and Rock Slide hit this entire team, basically for neutral damage at least. Tauros is pretty great like that. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Wish me luck in the upcoming battle. But until then, I will see you guys later. Kraken Nation.